you're doing fantastic. For those of you who are watching for the first time, hello, I am Ellie Brown from Uptown with Ellie Brown. And today we're just gonna kind of jump in. Not a long intro. Fun fact, actually, somebody told me that my intros take way too long. And honestly, I'm just like, well, I'm a Latina, we talk way too much. So we're just gonna jump in straight into today's video. We're gonna do like a little get ready with me / sharing some products that I recently bought. A lot of it is Rare Beauty that we're gonna be using today. And I'm gonna kind of be sharing some of my favorites that I've tried so far from Rare Beauty that I have really loved and really enjoyed. So I'm gonna kind of show the products in action, talk a little bit about each product and whatnot. So let's jump in, shall we? I'm gonna use my REFY primer here. I actually did a video on this. I like the primer as a whole. I don't really love this application or the applicator, but I'm not gonna let this go to waste, so we're just gonna use it. But anyways, back to Rare Beauty. I have a couple of her products, not a whole lot of them, but I want to actually try some more of her products just because a lot of the products that I do have, I actually kind of really like. The only one that I don't particularly really love is her setting powder. And maybe that's because I compare all of my powders to the Givenchy powder. I just feel like there's not a powder that sets like that powder. You know, it's not a bad powder, I don't love it. This is the powder that I have. This is the setting powder. This is in shade Light. But, so I went in with my primer. Let's go in with foundation. The foundation that I'm using is the L'Oreal True Match in shade 25. I also just did a video on this one too. This foundation is good, really good. So we're just gonna blend this with my hands first. The reason why I like blending with my hand first is I don't waste a lot of foundation. Like that was not even a full pump and I covered all of my face, and now I'll just take my brush and kind of blend it out. I feel like also the application, it just goes on a whole lot better with my hands, but now I'll just take my brush and kind of tap that out and press it into the skin. Okay, so the foundation is on. The very first product that I want to share is a Rare Beauty, and this is, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pull up the names. This is the Under Eye Brightener in shade Light Medium. I'm like, do they have to make the lettering on this so small? I actually did not like this at first, but I picked it up a couple more times after. I was like, no, I really want to try to give this a shot. And I actually really like it now. I really love the applicator. It's metal. The one thing that I do feel like is just that you have to use quite a bit. I don't know if this is too much product, if this is how much they intended it for you to use, but I have to use this much. And then I'll just take my finger, and it really does brighten a really good bit. I tend to use and have to use more of a peach under eye brightener based off of my skin tone. So this is a little bit yellow, but it does brighten really well. I'm surprised. I think because it's really liquidy, I have to be very careful with how I blend it because you can still see my finger marks. This is with it blended. I think this would be really pretty on the days where you don't want to wear a whole lot of makeup. You know, you want to wear maybe a concealer that's a little bit lighter, but you need to conceal the dark circles underneath. I think this is really good. This also layers really well. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. I'm gonna go do my eyebrows and then we'll come back. Okay, eyebrows are done. I'm gonna put a drop of concealer here. And then you can see that there is some creasing obviously that happens with the brightener because I have not set anything yet. But just gonna apply a little bit of concealer here also with my fingers. I'm gonna let that set for just a little bit and then we'll blend this out also. So while I'm letting the concealer sit, we're gonna go in with the Rare Beauty bronzer. I really like this bronzer. Just gonna apply a little bit here, over here, and over her. And we're gonna blend this out. And we're just tapping. Her bronzers, just the color, look really pretty, and they blend really well too. And they're actually pretty pigmented. All of her products are really well pigmented. FYI, the shade that I am using for the bronzer stick is in shade Happy Sol. So this is a very pretty color. You can apply this one or two ways. Apply it to the face like I just did. I just find it sometimes it may be a little bit hard to blend out. So I think it's actually easier to apply the product on the brush or apply on the back of your hand and then use a brush to pick it up and dab it, you have a lot more control that way. And then because you have to blend out so well, sometimes it can look patchy, so just be careful there. Okay, and so now we're gonna blend out the concealer here, and I'm just using a flat brush and just also tapping that out. And then I'm gonna go in with her blush, and this is in shade Happy. Her blushes are extremely pigmented. Also, you only need this much. I'm like not even kidding, just watch. I like using the same bronzer brush just because I can melt both the products in, but you can see that is all about you need. And if you want to add more, you can, but this right here is just enough because we're gonna go over with some powder products. So now we're gonna set the eyes. I'm not gonna go in with the Rare Beauty. You know what, we will just for the sake of this video. Since we're kind of keeping a lot of it Rare Beauty. We're gonna go in with their setting powder. I do like this contraption she has in here that you can close so you don't have any of the powder coming out, or you can open to actually put, you know, get the powder out on the pan. So I have the powder here, and I'm gonna use my puff, and I'm just going to set the under eyes. I mean, yes, it takes out the shine. You can see the difference between this side and this side where I did apply powder here. I just feel like I don't think it does a good enough job in kind of concealing the pores like the Givenchy powder does. Because I tell you that Givenchy powder, it minimizes pores like nobody's business. It is a phenomenal loose setting powder. And I mean, this one, yes, if you're looking to, you know, remove that shine and set, I think it does absolutely do that. It does give you a very natural look. It just doesn't vanish the pores like I would want it to, if that makes sense. Okay, I went ahead and added all my powder products, blush, bronzer, whatnot. And we're gonna finish off the look here. But before we move on, I did wanna mention that I have tried, so her blushes, she has the matte blushes, and then she has the more of that dewy, that glow blushes. This is the shade Bliss, and this is one of her matte blushes. I particularly do not love her matte blushes. I just don't love how they blend and how they sit on the skin. Just no personal preference, but I thought I'd mention that. But we're gonna go ahead and finish with the highlighter. This is in the shade Flaunt. This is actually not one of my favorite colors, but this is the only one that she had in store because these have been sold out. And I will say this is a beautiful highlighter. I like using my finger because the way it applies, it's a powder, but it's almost like I don't know, the way it applies is just, it's different. This is more of that goldy color. And when you've got, you know, that very bronzed summer look, I think it looks very pretty. But I actually like highlighters that are a little bit more that white undertone and not so golden like this one. But this one, it is a really beautiful highlighter. You can see here how it looks. It looks so pretty. And then to finish off the eyes here, kind of working backwards, but I'm finishing off the eyes with, because I wanted to share, this is the liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Nearly Neutral. I love liquid eyeshadows like this because they're easy to use, great to blend, great for every day. You can kind of play around with it. How I've been using this a lot is I will use this and kind of blend it and diffuse it up and then add just a little bit of glitter on top, and it looks so pretty. And then I also wanted to share her eyeshadow palette. I've been kind of playing around with this one. This is the Give Yourself Grace. Also, very beautiful palette. The colors blend really pretty. I'm gonna kind of play around with both of these and kind of do a little bit of both so you can see. We're gonna use this pinky mauve-y color right over here for the crease color. And I will layer with this, and then we'll top it off with one of the glitters just so you can see how it'll look. So again, we're going with that pinky mauve-y first. And I've got just a little bit, and look at that pigment there. I mean, I barely tapped it on the brush. And I'm just applying it right on the crease. Going in with that liquid shadow now, and I'm just gonna apply it on the top. And I'm going to just pat the color in. Not gonna swipe. And then, again, we're gonna finish off with one of the shimmer shades. We're gonna go in with this big one over here that's called in shade Splendor. And then FYI, the first color that we used was shade Hope. Okay, anyways, we're gonna go in with that sparkle right in the middle. Just gonna tap it in all over the lid just to give it a little bit of sparkle. Getting on that inner corner eye is always so difficult. And of course my battery died on me, so I had to recharge it a bit here and plug it back in. But I had finished my lip color and then I added mascara. What I was gonna say right before it died on me, the glitter shadow is like a loose glitter, so I got sparkles in my eye and that kind of hurt. But this is the finished look. The lip color is by N.Y.X and this is the Line Loud lip pencil in shade Born to Hustle, and then the color is the Maybelline Hyaluronic Acid Gloss. I love these glosses in shade 002. And then the mascara that I used was the MERRIT mascara with the Tower 28 mascara. I actually ran out of the Rare Beauty, the volumizing mascara, which is actually another good Rare Beauty product. But this is the finished makeup look. What do you think? Almost a full face of Rare Beauty. She's got some absolutely phenomenal beauty products. The brand is very well done. The products are very well done. Probably one of my very favorite brands overall because she's got a lot of really, really good beauty products. So her brush also, I actually have, this is her Rare Beauty brush, the one that I used for the bronzer and blush. I think it's actually supposed to be a blush brush, I think. Again, good brand, overall great beauty products. But let me know, what do you think? Have you tried any of these products? Are they some of your favorites? What Rare Beauty products do you love? Let me know down below, would love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching and tuning in today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you here again real soon. Bye.